dated.
And he's also bought a brand new one-room schoolhouse that next year will be constructed in this area.
This is the Living History Farms outside of Huntington, West Virginia. Beautiful day. Moving up. There's Gimpy. It's the capital of West Virginia, Charleston.
I think that's separate. I went to the books.
That's some of the flowers on the Capitol ground.
Lawn.
And here's the river right across from Capitol and the noisy bus.
I think I'd want to go across those rapids.
That's only about a class 3.
It could be, isn't it?
5 is death. The redbud tree. It's our ranger and we're here at the New River Gorge. We'll be looking at the bridge pretty soon. There's that crowd. The river gorge, the bridge. We're on the southeast side. And there's some dog over on the right. And this is another shot of the bridge. And this is through the visitor center, through the glass. It's a class 5 rapids. So some of them drops can be up to 6 feet. This is at White Sulphur Springs. We're up going into the bunker. small dogwood. And then the people coming up the hill, we had to walk up a steep hill.
Make good decisions, you never have to take the pace.
That's the road we had to come up, walk up.
Greenbrier. But now we know he was rented out to the government. He was working in this bunker. So he never had a suntan. And he still doesn't say too much, you see. The people...
I got it. There's the tunnel, one of them.
are traveling back to Minnesota or wherever you're headed, you can ponder, where are those other bunkers? I don't know. I wouldn't tell anyway, so it's all beside the point, isn't it? So
This is the
no
old
money
communications
exchanged hands when we
area
did receive it.
in the bunker.
This room, rather antiquated,
patch
it
panel.
reminds me of an AT&T museum.
Oh.
And I think it's interesting, a lot of you have already observed the test board, the switchboard in front of you. This is quite outdated, as we know. We've come a long way since those days. In the final years of the program, most of the AT&T equipment.
This is one of the dormitories in the bunker. This is where the congressman would have been, and the foot lockers, or the lockers on the side, would have been shared by 4 people. You can see the plastic still on all of the This leads into the Greenbrier room from the bunker.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Right on into there.
we are out of the bunker now. We are in the Greenbrier Hotel. And this area was created to connect the Greenbrier Hotel to the exhibit. If you want to come downstairs, please do so. Just remember, if you go down the stairs, you have to climb back out. Gotta be realistic here.
It's the outside. Here's the entrance to the cave. Which we'll be going down to pretty soon.
This is what we call this the Y, because it's an intersection. When the soldiers were in here, it was sort of a checkpoint for them.
This is the hoppers in the cave. This is where they made saltpeter, which is limestone and bat guano. Confederates occupied the cave here at Oregon Cave.
I don't know if you spotted it or not, but we have one in here that's not original. This one back here was built in 1985 during a reenactment. If you look, you can really see the difference in the construction, especially the frame.
Yeah, pull that way.
Yeah, that was tied. I had to tie it together to keep it
We're in Beckley, West Virginia. And we'll be going to the coal mine.
Think you're still back out on the interstate, don't you? this is our first stop. Make sure nobody has any kind of claustrophobia, anything like that. You folks look just fine, because usually the people with claustrophobia, we'd have knew it back there at that curve, I guarantee it. Whoa, that's all I need to see. And ladies, it's usually these big, strong men I got to take back out. Well, my question is, just how dark is dark? As you could get it, put your tag right in the front. That way, when the car got outside, the paymaster would know who to pay. Now, in the early days of mining, now this machine's set to a certain torque position, so it's going to spin it, and as it spins it, that nut will come down, opening those little flanges out into the rock. Most of you gentlemen know what a toggle bolt is. Same thing as a toggle bolt. Now, how do you go about supporting your top? When you very first advance under the ground, you put a roof bolt every 4 foot. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, all the way across. Now, we've... the city of Beckley, I sure do thank you folks for coming. I hope you have enjoyed your tour. I've enjoyed being with every one of you. Don't forget to go up and look through the coal camp house in the church and the boardwalk.
That's the company house. The guy that ran the mine lived there. And that's where the miner lived, and the church is in the background. There's the bus, the church. And the entrance to the mine. And another shot of the superintendent's house. Here they come. It's off the track.
Now y'all have the true mining experience.
This is the Ohio River from Parkersburg. And we're on the stern wheeler heading over to the island. On the island. The outside grounds of the Blenner house. That's where the old well used to be.
There weren't any trees here yet. Otherwise, how could they grow a garden? That's why he's moving now. He's moving now, yeah. I bet you there weren't any. Here's a few of them.
The Department of Natural Resources, they come over a few times a year and they'll count here. But they decide that there's too many for the amount of food here on the island, they'll set up large nets, tranquilize them and take them off the island. Originally, they used to just take them across the river and release them until they found out they were swimming back to answer.
It's docking now in Parkersburg. Just left the island.
We went by it.
And there's a flood wall.
This is one of another area that provides the excess revenues to run the Wheeling Park Commission. For the facilities that do lose money over the years. And let me give you an idea. Our operating budget is $21 million. Now to give you an idea, the city of Wheeling, all this structure are the bulbs that we actually need.
We're gonna get out of here.
Over the years, the park system is...
This is the grounds at the Ogleby Mansion. It's in Wheeling, West Virginia. Just a gorgeous area. Golf courses, 4 golf courses, a couple of Marnie Palmers. And here's the flowers, and of course the building right behind you is the mansion. Hanging baskets. And this is the front of the mansion. You see it was built in 1846. And again, this is some of the grounds on the mansion. Azaleas in bloom. And hanging baskets. Some more flowers. And there we're looking at a couple of the golf courses on the horizon here. The lake down below. And we had just toured that countryside. It's the Notre Dame campus. A quick hour walking tour.
Yes. I'll wait till the stragglers get up. Okay. Now those that want to go just to the Basilica and Grotto, they can go straight down here. And you can go inside the dining hall. That was built in 1928. Anybody can eat in there. It's open to the public. And the food is pretty good. The tour I had day before yesterday. They ate there. There's a Knights of Columbus Hall right here. It's the oldest chapter of Knights of Columbus on any campus. Any place. Now the building itself was built in 1920. Here's Father Faith's. Look at it. There are very few boys that want to be priests nowadays, so that's big enough. Yeah. 1,250.
Another shot of the chapel. Sun off the gold. Our crew had. This is the grotto. Notre Dame. Lois, she's lost. Actually, that's our whole tour group here.
So there's another ghost. The man was on the scaffolding here working on it. He fell off and never came to stay. He also hunted. A lot of stories going around there. And they'll jump in there beside it. It's room for a lot of activity right in this area. That's a soft spot. That's another residential area right through there.
Don't have anything for you. Yeah, I know it. It's so tan.
One of the famous touchdown Jesus. Actually, the title of his Christ the King.
It's the Hesburgh Library here. And it's Moses out there in that statue. That's Touchdown Jesus. There's Notre Dame Stadium, football stadium. That's Touchdown Jesus back there. Touchdown Jesus.
Smiley man.
Your pitch now, your pitch now. Here we go. Go, go, go!
Yes! Ball, nice ball.
All right, good man.
Pitch. Swung around so hard. One more, guys. One more.
Do we need a courtesy runner? Sure.
Way to watch him now, man.
Right back.
Yeah, baby.
Good job. Good job.
Upfield, where you going?
All right, man. Good one, man. Good one. watch him now. I think so. All right, now, Matt, here you go, buddy. Ready, ready. Hey, watch him, Matt. Smart, Kyle. Be smart. Right? Away. All right, Matt. That boy, Matt. Run. Oh, yeah! Go, Matt. Go, Matt. Get out.
One more strike, Matt.
There you go, Matt. One more, Matt. Here we go. Come on, Smiley, you got him.
One more.
Matt, just look. Throw a strike.
What is that? Full count. Come on, Matt.
Come on, Ryan. Hit it hard, buddy. Drive
Matt John.
Come on, Ryan. Step into it, Ryan.
Matt, strike.
Good on. Carson, not too shallow. Out of way, Kyle. Nice job, nice job.
Good cut, good cut. Let's go.
The first one on. Middle way, 20.
You guys should be careful. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Let's go, buddy. Good eye, good eye. Go, 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 run,
That away! That away!
Nice hit, Reese, nice hit. Good job, good job.
And he scores the lead run, huh?
Nice job. Watch him. Here we go now. Come on, Matt, you can do it, buddy. Give it a ride, Matt.
They won't let him.
He can walk. Yeah.
Make
Make him throw to you. Make him throw.
Get ready, here we go.
Good swing, Matt. Good swing.
Nice job, nice job.
Let's watch him now.
Down on that
Come on,
ball.
Matt, you can do it, buddy.
Come on, Charles, get up. Good field, man. Come on, throw.
Way to watch it, way to watch it.
3 and 1.
Gotta be good, man. Gotta be good. Right there. Go, get there, Matt. Get there. Get there, Matt. Get there, Matt.
Nice job, nice job, Matt.
Good hit, Matt. It's okay. Okay.
Kevin, I found the stick. Tag him.
Nice job, nice
Let's go, Matt. Come on, Matt. Give it a ride now.
Ready.
Right through it.
Right here.
Right through it, Matt.
Right here.
Well, even if he walks, he can score one.
Good cut, good cut. Just make contact, buddy. You're a good hitter. Just
My
make
guy.
contact, Smiley. Have fun
Come
out
on,
there.
Matt. Have fun.
Hey, Matt, you can do it, buddy. Be a hitter, buddy.
Come on, Matt. Protect that plate.
All right, baby.
Good job, Matt. Good job, Matt.
Go.
Watch him.
Looking good, Nick.
Come on, Matt. Give it a ride, Matt. Let's go, Matt. Let's get him. You can do it, man.
I'm not going.
Run, run, run!
Oh, get it, guys.
You got it!
Take him, buddy.
This is downtown Copenhagen, right across from our hotel. This is the train tracks. And there's Lois, the Kovacs, Elaine's sister and brother-in-law. And that is looking back now on the hotel. The Imperial, very close to Tivoli. Some of the architecture. Again, we're heading over toward Tivoli. And there's Tivoli Gardens. And there's another entrance to the Tivoli Gardens. And we're standing on the square in Copenhagen. It's right down. Again, we're in the main square, typical European. And here we are down to another hopefully small square. Market. Walking Street.
Problem is you can't do it on now, what's that?
Speak to me, Lo.
Uh-oh, I'm holding your husband's lamb. Uh-oh.
Thank you. And when we cross the bridge from the old stock exchange, just here on the left, and you can see it's composed of interwoven dragon's tails.
Look at that.
The style of architecture, Dutch Renaissance, and it's considered to be the oldest stock exchange in the world. But when it was built as a stock exchange at the beginning of the 1600s, it was more a commodities exchange than a money exchange. The building that we have just here ahead of us is Christiansborg Palace. Christiansborg Palace, the present palace, was built in the 1920s, and it houses the three highest authorities in Denmark. The Queen doesn't live in the palace here, but the royal reception rooms are in. And over on the right, the buildings on the other side of the canal, they all date from the palace from the 1700s. They house the riding stables. The museum is just here on the left, and the National Museum has several very fine sculptors who lived at the beginning of the 1800s. He lived most of his life in Rome, where he became world famous. Among his well-known statues is the statue of Christ and the statues of the apostles, to be seen in the Copenhagen Cathedral. And it was Torvaldsen who carved the Lion of Lucerne out of the rock in Switzerland in memory of the Swiss guards.
This is inside the palace courtyard.
After common blessing each day, we get a good day. Yeah. Time to go to church. Yes, it is. And let us pray. No, I sleep at midnight. Girl, what are you doing? Wait. Okay, we in that also.
And then Tivoli Gardens, spire way in the background. And then we're still in the palace courtyard, right in Copenhagen. This is outside of the palace. Careful of those steps. And then we're looking back. Courtyard's right down that way. We're outside in the square.
Now used to be the sailors' quarter, and now it's a long line of a very popular part of Copenhagen for people to come down and relax and enjoy themselves. Not only Danish people, but also our visitors. So you had the name.
Looking into the sun.
Yeah. Against the sun. Yeah.
The Malienberg Palace. There's the Lone Guard.
What's this palace? Winter Palace, huh?
A Malienberg or
Whatever, huh?
If we gather around here, all those with me, please. Are we all here now? Are you the last? Are you the last?
Right? Yes.
Good, that's good. Well, this is the Amalienborg Palace, and it's the winter residence of the royal family. The palace consists of 4 buildings built round this central courtyard, and they were built in the middle of the 1700s, so the style of architecture is Rococo.
Tak się ucieszę, że nic nie
I on chyba może tak trochę pochodzi, żeby tak samo
Słuchajcie, to może jakoś w ruchu go.
On wróć, on już tutaj. Ale to...
Nie, zegar
Chwileczkę, wszyscy, ale piękne kobiety. Cały czas na niego spoglądają. To jest takie straszne.
That's the Lutheran church in one of them. About 86% are Lutheran in Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. I didn't see it from this road.
And now driving is not as easy as it was back in 72. A lot more.
That's the ship that will take them to from Copenhagen to Oslo. It's an overnighter. And I'm panning one of the harbors. And there's Lois trying to get a shot. Kovacs.
Du skal ikke gå derned, Leo.
The mermaid.
How comes that right there? Sightseeing, that's where the top right. Wow. It'll be hot up there.
It's going to be an old restored fort, 1600s. The Kronberg Castle.
They're advertising something.
Kronberg beer. Huh?
Two planes.
It's the inner moat. There's two moats around the castle.
And you can see it's sort of built round a sort of fortress, a temple courtyard. Even though it was primarily as a fortress, the royal family often stayed here. And one apartments are over there. And in the corner there, a small church. And the bottom church is the great. There are two stories. And it's very misty, but actually at the centre of the town, up on the horizon, you can see a sort of square tower. And that's all that's left of the fortress that was once on the other side of the water. And the Sound is on our right. We drove along the Sound. And the Sound runs on my left into the Kattegat, and that runs into the Skagerrak, and that runs into the North Sea, and those are the seas around it.
And very often he knew that so he decided that the rule was that the officers who collected the tax could buy the cargo
On the horizon, you can see a square
And that's
tower.
the ferry
That's all that's left of the fortress on the other side.
on its way to Sweden. which of course is right across the sound there. And the North Sea is just to the left. That's the ferry we took back in '86. Or that's the route anyway that we took in '86 when we went across. Shot of the palace. That was just the summer palace that we photographed. There's Carlsberg beer. Nice little lake. And we'll be heading into the castle.
We gather over here, and it's where the last of ours is, I think. Before we go round, or what?
Now we're inside. Fredericksburg Palace.
And after that was built, this was only used occasionally. And in 1859, a Danish king was staying here for a few days, and the fire broke out, and a lot of... Cricket's Ball was built at the beginning of the 1600s, style of architecture. It's the Dutch Renaissance style again, and you can see it's sort of built. Cricket's Ball was built at the beginning of the 1600s, the Dutch Renaissance style again, and you can see in a way it's rather like the Crowball Castle, and there were the king and queen had their apartments there. And over here, this was called the Princess's Wing, so presumably...
It's the grounds out behind the palace. It's actually a lake. Organ. It's one of 3 of a kind left in the world. It's built in the 1600s, and they can still play it.
from the ceiling by telling the right time. It's just after 4:30, and the 4 will gradually go round, and then the 5 will start going round, and then the 6 will start. And the silver, it's not Danish silver. We've no silver in Denmark. The craftsmanship is Danish.
We're in Tivoli Gardens, and that's where we ate. Very good food, good beer. It's about 9 o'clock, and it's still fairly light out. They're starting to turn the lights on. And of course in the background you can hear all of the kids on some of the rides. This is some of the flowers in the park. Very pretty. And we're looking up at the pagoda. And this is a typical entertainment area. Bandstand. Getting ready. I
don't think it goes off, does it?
Not only at certain times. And this is another garden, and where they can play some water music.
You can get a picture of Marianne.
And it's 9:30. You can see up in the clock. And there's some more flowers. And that's the backside of where we ate. Looking at it on another angle here. Another pirate ship. A couple gulls squawking. Some of our people. And there's the lights in the tree.
In June, for the whole month of June, it had that honor. The bridge towers, incidentally, can accommodate 5.5 statues of liberty standing from head to toe inside of each tower. Do you know how tall the Statue of Liberty is?
500.
Anyone? Gables that are above us at the moment, but as we come to the middle of the bridge, if you were to unravel these cables, excuse me, if you were to unravel these cables, because they're wound up in this, there's cables inside of the cable, and if you were to unwind the whole thing, you could circumnavigate the world around the equator 3 times with the amount of cable. So right in front of us we have what is more commonly known within Denmark as the Garden of Denmark, Fynen. It was also what Hans Christian Andersen's comment was on the varied countryside of this island. very well kept woodlands. These buildings that you see on the side are all original. They date from 150 to 200 years.
I don't know who's going to eat.
Well, everybody don't eat 4 rolls like you do for breakfast. Some people eat lunch.
This is the back of the Hans Christian Andersen house. In Odense. Denmark. We're down by Hans Christian Andersen home. Again, this is the small little village. It's Odense, Denmark. These are all original homes. Odense. Some more flowers.
This is a pretty good sized bridge.
Now we're crossing another suspension bridge. Heading on the Jutland Peninsula. So we're off the islands.
Not too far.
Not too far now. Well, you said about 2. 1 o'clock now.
In front of us going left, so you'll be able to look back and see it back.
Well, they got
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, where we are right now used to be the pagan temple of Denmark, this whole area. And it was where King Gorm the Old and his wife Thura lived, where they reigned from. This is when the feet of power were thrown. And the way of communication, all those hundreds of years ago. This is an extremely old stone, and it's never covered, even in the harsh winter. What they've deciphered from it is that this rune stone was set up by King Gorm the Old in memory of his wife Thura, the mother of Denmark. Okay? Signifying that she died, and he set this up in her memory. Now, we move to this big stone here. This is when Harold leaves, he goes off on his pillaging and so on. King Gorm the Old supposedly buries his wife in that mound over there where you see the steps on it.
They said he had to check to make sure it wasn't being used. Probably Lutherans.
And this is the organ.
stops, see where the stops are on the side? Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
This is in Aarhus. It's an old village. Replica goes back many years. And here's looking the other way. I just get a straight picture.
Kom her! Hvad? Det de står på bordet, tror jeg. Nu mener jeg, at dem derude. Ja, så ligger de i rygsækken.
This is the atrium in the Radisson in Aarhus, Denmark. And our room was over on this side, right over that way. And it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. We're heading off toward catch the ferry and go to Sweden. And this is the other side. Take off. Yeah. Some of the yards. And we're on the ferry. We're heading from the Jutland Peninsula, Denmark, and we'll be heading over to Sweden. And this is the other side. No, it's way on the south one. And that's a short strip, you know. You can see Sweden from there.
They are guns right down here.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about Gibraltar. All it would take is one good shell or one good bomb. That whole thing would collapse because it's so hollow inside.
Oh, that's sure.
You know, they got the water in there and they got caves, they got storage.
Now we're in Gothenburg. And that's Poseidon, the statue of Poseidon right there. And we're looking down toward the harbor. Looks like Hans Christian Andersen.
No, looks
And this is our hotel in Gothenburg. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Windy, had a little rain last night. Looks like it might clear up. And we're heading to Stockholm. And this is the other side of the channel. Gothenburg. And take a look at the tram. We're very close to the railroad station there. And there's a canal right to the left of there. And along, there's the soccer stadium and the big sports arena is right down there. And that's where the Bears played the Vikings in the first NFL game ever in Europe. This is in Jönköping, Lake Vättern, the second largest lake in the country. Olympic size, huh?
You know, this reminds me of, as we were pointing out, Lake Pepin.
It does, doesn't it?
Minnesota side, the bluff over there was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything we've seen so far reminds me of the Midwest.
Yeah.
I mean, really looks like.
Very much so.
Yeah, I think you could go up there.
Just like Minnesota though, isn't it almost? Yeah. This is the eating place. We stopped for lunch. That's right. The lake was right behind us. And we're out in the boonies. about halfway to Stockholm. Very close to the Baltic Sea, though.
World Trade Center.
We're in downtown Stockholm. Oh, that's the World Trade Center. Modern architecture. I'm just moving on to the island on my right, which is where Old Town is located. Several islands in the Stockholm area. And it's about 5 in the afternoon. And this is another shot. Our hotel is about a mile down the tall tower. And to my right is the post office. There's a dam down here. They control a lot of their fresh water flowing into the Baltic Sea. So they got to control a lot of groundwater. That's the post office. This is the other side of the one of the canals. And that's the other side of the post office. And then the shopping in the street, it's all walk. Those for long ways. And then there are all street vendors out here. Musicians. Right over there. The tower over here is all ceramic on the fountain. At night, it's all lit up. And this is one of the squares downtown. This is in the courtyard in the City Hall in Stockholm.
And the architect, his name was He had a dream. And that was to give the possibility of each work towards and in a Roman class. I don't know this way. But you know, here is cold, sometimes in winter. Here we have snow, here we have rain. So to get from your office down here and get your
room where they have the reception for the Nobel Peace Prize. It's the reception room.
I mean, this is a little surprising to come into a city hall and then have a little kind of 600-700 people that it is so
So we simply take the time and fix the room. That's why I like to talk about it here, and then we go and solve it. Country wants to concert and we'll see, take a about the canopy.
This is the ceiling in the chamber.
Not a single
This is the main entrance into the City Hall.
so it's a well, but we also said thinking to 1% of the inhabitants. Can you imagine this room coming in and you say, I do? Flowers here, candles lit, and look at this. Of course, when the sun is shining, it's a nice room. And this is also where the king and the queen come and sit down and talk in the backwest windows after dinner. So there is receptions that will be here in this room. And we have honored France, since they come from France, the tapestries, by putting the lily there as a pattern on the floor.
And that's back to the original room we were in.
Look in that direction, look at that chandelier over there. You see that it just meant that the person who was Vasa became the king, and he started the Vasa dynasty. The city founder, Alfred Nobel, a musician. This piece of furniture is here for one purpose, to hide a hole in the wall. Ventilation system, the one that you see in the tower. And of course,
And that's the entrance where we came in earlier this morning, to the City Hall. Very nice outside, hot and humid inside. This is the lake. Of course, we're looking into the sun. This is right out in front of City Hall. Going into the sun, little reflections.
You want to be down here? Pick up the boat?
Wait, right there.
Perfect, thank you. Very simple. Very simple.
And this is the Stockholm, the old town right there. And we're way up on a hill. Down to my right would be the Baltic Sea. And the building right there in the background, that's the City Hall that we were just in. And our hotel is a little further on back. This is the City of Islands.
Where did you find your mom?
And there's the equivalent of Tivoli at Stockholm. Roller coaster. in Old Town.
You look like Mary Poppins. Hello!
Just don't fly away.
All their goods down to that square, and there we simply sold and also bought things from them. So this is one of the very oldest streets of town. Everything led to Main Square, and here instead of calling it Main Square, we call it Big Square. And there are some tricks, and you can actually learn to see how old they are. Let me take you down to Main Square to show you and
Now we're in the square in Old Town.
Well, the builder probably did, but she, but the king demanded food.
and you have bread, butter, fish, meat, dried or salted. So you were dying of thirst, and therefore they gave you 3 quarts of 4 quarts of beer every day. And you did not get any vegetables, you did not get any fruit.
Hey, go.
That's the Lhasa ship. 1 minute after it was built, it turned over upside down in the harbor. 300 years later, they brought her up. The rear end of the ship again, all ornate carvings.
C2, which in the middle of it has the word Kungsholm.
Well, Lois and I are walking to Old Town again. That's Old Town on the left. Little island. And we're back to the main part of Stockholm. Again, we're down in Old Town. Again, we're standing some more of the waterways. Streets in Old Town. pretty narrow. And we got them right down the other way. And then we're heading right down here to the shopping area. All walking malls. Yeah, that's the part it came from. I gotta get it. Yeah, this is a castle about an hour out of Stockholm. We're heading over to Norway. And that's the troops heading in.
I haven't bought one thing, but about this.
How long is the tour about?
Yes, sir. This is outside of the castle again. Couldn't take any pictures inside. This lake goes all the way down to Stockholm. So you can get to Stockholm up here by boat. And that's one of the turrets. And that's the other side. And we'll scan over, and that's part of the crew heading back across the moat. This is in Karlstad, Sweden. And it's close to the Norwegian border. We're actually a town situated on the largest lake in Sweden. And then beyond these trees is our hotel. It's another of the walking malls. This one happens to be in Karlstad. Not overly crowded. It's part of the waterways in the town. And then as we scan across to the bridge, you can see the flowers on the bridge. And this is the other side of the bridge. The waterway again. She doesn't even know I'm here. And that's our hotel down that brown, down that corner. This is the monument. We just entered Norway. This is the monument in the early 1900s where Sweden gave Norway its independence. Here we are at the visitor center.
Notice picture.
Just catch them all as they come out.
Got 'em.
When I had my eyes examined. You didn't get Bev over here though.
I'll get Bev.
Yes, I will.
This is the visitor center into Norway. There's this church cemetery out in the middle of the boonies in Norway. And we're all out for a stretch. About this, yeah. Upside down ship in the back is where
They did a movie, right? Doesn't surprise me.
This is Lillehammer from the museum. It's a stave church.
But what's for the audience you were going to get for the...
Because his dentist, his name was Anders Champik. It's very essential to know this because then you understand it was him. But he came to Lillehammer in 1882 because he had pneumonia because the air in Lillehammer was very fresh. We have the mountains as well. There were many sanatoriums in this city at the time because of the air. Actually, he thought himself it was going to happen.
Again, we're in Lillehammer. It's an old restored village. You can see the sod huts, lake. Just saw the stave church.
So his collection became just greater and greater, and he had to
It's a
move.
ski jump.
So he got the opportunity to move to this place, as called Marhead. So the first building he came here was farm. Inside that had like a shop, and it was moved here in 1905. What's important to know is that all things is ahead.
This is the schoolhouse. Now we're in the schoolhouse.
I'm afraid so. You're on the other side. You're on the wrong side of the dog. You have to be better over there.
Yeah.
Then.
You don't follow instructions.
I think I'll leave.
Wrap my knuckles with that.
Then.
Tusen tack.
Tusen tack. Yeah, thank you very much. Tusen tack.
Tusen tack.
Tusen tack. Tusen tack.
Danke.
So something else like yes. No, I won't tell that.
Good morning, TJ, I guess.
No.
Good morning.
No, it's something else. You know.
Okay.
This is the same letter that O, but it's the small one. So it's H. Jensin. It's like au revoir in French, like I see you later. Or, I hope I see you again.
På Jensen.
That wasn't a good word.
The vicious teacher. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Bli. Satt. I. Skammekroken.
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 That means that if you were a bad pupil, you were sent down in the corner. So this means be sent in at the corner. Kind of jacket or maybe you want to do another something. Long song. Okay, I'll do this song. It's about a man called Håvard Hedde. And he's going to marry a girl, and he's building a farm on his own. And he says that he doesn't want to let the girl down because he loves her very much. Jeg heter Håvard Hedde, og her så vil jeg kar. Jeg skulle burt og gifta meg og rytta meg en kar. Jeg bor opp under fjell, og jenta hev jeg lova, jeg svik ho ikkje vil. Jeg heiter Håvard Hedde, og her så vil jeg kar. Jeg skulle burt og gifta meg og rytta meg en kar. Jeg bor opp under fjell, og jenta hev jeg lova, jeg svik ho ikkje vil. Okay, school is finished.
And there's some goats. And you can notice the different fence around that area. It's kind of unique. Scan again past the lake. The state church is over there in the trees.
You boys were so naughty.
Øygard, but also called Ødegard. Øde is like the same word as desolate. It goes in the black flag, 3049. Like 40% of the farms to this district became desolate because everybody died. So half the population in Norway died during the black flag. So Øde, desolate. Desolate farm. So this farm, I think it took like more than 300 years, in 1665, that people moved into the houses again. So quite a long time.
This is the courthouse in Lillehammer. And that's a shot of our hotel in beautiful downtown Lillehammer. And this is the walking mall in Lillehammer. And this is still Lillehammer. You can see the bar here along the river. Right. Another bar. Down in the road. We're still in downtown Lillehammer. Another restaurant by the falls. Here's the falls from a little different angle. That drops off down into the lake. Of course, this is where the '94 Olympics were.